All right, what's fucking poppin' gamers? Welcome to the 24th iteration of the Nifty Cauldron podcast. I'm one of your esteemed hosts, Kelly, and this is one of my esteemed, or the only esteemed co-host.
Milan. Holy shit.
Esteemed. I guess I'm in a playful mood today, but hello, how's it going, my dude? What's poppin'?
Hi. It's going good, I'd say. Deep into the Valheim train, beat near, like good shit all around. But how are you? You being playful is rare and you sound a lot healthier week by week. So,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still on crazy gun emoji inhaler, and I will be for the next 2 months. But I mean, I feel pretty good today. Today I actually went and did like a little well, we have a Peloton. I did not buy the Peloton. I'm fucking poor. But my family bought a Peloton, and so I went for like a little Peloton ride today, and I lived, bitch. So that's been pretty hype. I was really happy to like go and actually like exert myself like physically. I feel like my mental health and headspace is just better when I go and I do like a workout. It's just better for me. Like I feel I get like to exert out, I guess, my anxiety or something. And so I feel a lot better after doing it. So I did that today and that was nice. And then over the past week we beat Raft.
nice.
We went to the big dome city. We fucked up the little robots. Ariel was like the prime robot hunter, and she killed many of them. And we had many key cards, and then so we did that. And now, at this point in Raft, we're just trying to find more titanium, and we're trying to find more animals to put in our little makeshift farm that we've started. So that's kind of what we're doing. So we're still kind of playing Raft, even though all the content is over with, or at least all the new content
Hmm.
that they have out for it.
Yeah.
As I shift my eyes, as I realize I'm wording that in the most awkward way possible. Hello, welcome to the podcast. So, yeah, but I am feeling a little bit better. Thanks for noticing. And yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in my neck of the woods stream wise. And then I picked up a new game actually. I picked up this really cute new game called Creek. If you have been to my channel before and know me as a person, you know that I absolutely love puzzle games. I like live for fucking puzzle games and specifically puzzle games that have like a really quirky or unique art style. And if it has like a little bit of a spooky or scary element, then that's like 100% my brand and I will like immediately buy that game. So, because I played Sally Face and because I played Fran Bow, which is absolutely amazing. Everybody go play Fran Bow. And Sally Face fucked. But it Steam, does the whole thing where it like recommends you stuff. And it happened to be on sale during like the Lunar New Year sale. So I picked up this game called Creek and I really like it. It's really cute. It's more like a timing kind of puzzle game, but you're basically lost in this weird bird world where the furniture tries to kill you. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. So that's kind of what I've been playing on stream aside from Raft with friends and but I know, you have a Valheim addiction and hopefully I will get on that train soon. I think
I really do.
yeah, I think Alex and Scotty were talking about making a server, so I think they'll make a server and then I will assimilate into that server cuz I think my computer can actually run Valheim. It just can't run it good.
Yeah. I mean, I would recommend making, because all right, so a little bit of context for Valheim. You can make, I don't know how many characters, I assume unlimited, but whichever character you make, you can hop from server to server freely.
Oh.
And you keep your skills and your current inventory, etc., etc. I would definitely recommend making a separate character for like a community server thing because um at the very least, based on Scotty's playtime, who's put in over 120 hours at this point, whatever server gets made, you'll have a very, very big head start when it comes to like materials and items and gear. And I think that loses a lot of its charm. The main reason why I love Valheim so much is the progress is very, very slow. Like everything takes for fucking ever. And it's just, I love that shit. And I feel if I just jumped into a server and I skipped like the first 3 tiers of progression, I would feel a little bit robbed, but also I wouldn't have been eased into that mentality that everything takes so long, right? Then I would be like, why the fuck does this take so long? What the fuck, right? That kind of situation. So I would definitely recommend making separate characters for that kind of stuff.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And like, I would probably make like a different character with different people that I'd be playing with. You know, like I wouldn't probably take a character that I have that's like really high level into like a new group of people. I would make a fresh character kind of thing. So
Exactly.
yeah. So I hope they make a fresh character. It's really on them. They
Yeah.
have to make them a fucking fresh character and in a new world.
But even then, right? Like I think objectively, you have very very little time to play any video game off stream, right? So even if they make a fresh character, especially with their experience, they can prioritize what's important and be like, all right, let's do this, let's do that, and kind of get it done, kind of situation, right?
Yeah.
But no, I definitely feel you. Like at this point, if let's say you and I were to play together, I would either make a brand new character or just take my current one and just strip him naked. You know what I mean? Just leave my gear, my own world, and just progress alongside you, kind of situation.
Yeah. My biggest thing right now is that I don't really have a lot of time anymore, unfortunately, because I started school again.
Hmm.
And I will be in school until May, and this class
Gonna be May.
meets exactly. And this class meets like actually like online, like for Zoom.
Oh,
So I have to actually like sit in a fucking like virtual classroom and like,
that's horrible.
oh, I'm dreading it. I'm literally dreading it.
Whose idea was that? Like, whose ass do we have to beat? Who thought that was a good idea? You know?
I don't know, but Alexa, can you play the X Gone Give It to You? Thank you. We'd like to have an ass beating montage.
I apologize for the people who have an Alexa. I'm very sorry if you're listening to this on the speaker.
And I just set it off.
Yeah.
But also, Alexa, buy 40 gallons of KY lube. Just kidding. Got him.
Confirm purchase. Yeah.
Confirm purchase.
I've definitely, so on my stream, as you know, like I have Philips Hue lights, right? That
Mhm.
can change color. I've definitely fucked some people by saying it out loud. They're like, "Oh no, you changed my lights too." I'm like, "It's what you get."
Yeah, I think you set off solstice is one.
Yes, very, very, very regularly. Actually, I think at one point I turned my lights on and his weren't on, and he complained. So I love it.
Well, I mean, like to be honest, like I wouldn't say you speak in the same register, but you have the same cadence of voice, like when you talk, you and Solstice, just because I've known Solstice also since like the dawn of time.
Hmm.
I would say that you have the same cadence of speaking, so I'm actually not surprised that you set off his Alexa, but not Alexa, but Google Home.
I set off a lot of Googles actually. I know I set off Paul's, for example. Like in general, like I think I can set off most of them, and I don't know how or why because my voice is not, I'd say that common,
No.
but it's probably because just I articulate it in such a way that they're like, oh shit, this is important. Gotta listen.
Apparently the Google overlords just immediately bend the knee to your voice.
Yeah,
They're like, "Oh yes, this is the new master now."
I'm the whisperer.
The whisperer of the robot. He's Nifty.
A smart tech.
Yeah, you're like Robotkin. They know. They're like one of us.
Oh god, am I secretly an android?
I don't know. We'll have to find out next podcast. No, just kidding. But also, if you are tuning into the podcast and you're hanging out and you're enjoying the content so far, we've got, a lot of shitty jokes already. Why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe or like or dislike if you don't actually agree that Nifty is Robotkin. So, what games are you playing off stream right now, by the way? You kind of mentioned.
Valheim.
Okay, just Valheim. Just nothing but Valheim.
Just Valheim.
Well, I know you said that.
It's just sucking up all my time.
Oh well, I mean that's solid. I mean, nice. Dead ass. The only game that I'm playing low key off stream is Honey Pop 2.
I mean, only because you can't play it on stream. Let's be real.
And only because I can't play it on stream, yeah. If in case you don't know me, which you should up at this point, because we have 24 fucking episodes of this shit. I'm a fucking degenerate, and I love porn games. I love porn games. I love porn games. Carving on my gravestone, I love porn games. They are my guilty pleasure. I just fucking love them,
Except
and
not that guilty. They're just your pleasure, I
they're
think.
just they're just my fucking pleasure at this point. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Honey Pop 2. And I'm getting to the point where I'm like very close to ending the game, I would say. So that's pretty much what I've been playing. I will say Honey Pop 2 is fucking whack because they don't explain how the gift giving system works. They just are like, this is when you give gifts, bye. And then like they don't explain how to like min max them, I guess. But very fortunate that one of the people in my community was also playing Honey Pop 2 and they beat it. And so they gave me like a little tip on when to use different gifts. And that has honestly saved my playthroughs. And now like I've only failed like one date, but at the same time, I just alt F4 that shit because I don't fucking fail in this house. We don't fucking fail in this household. We only get the boobies in this household. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing off stream is playing Honey Pop 2 and school work, which is,
Yeah,
everything that you would probably do if you're a teenager. So I'm, living my best life.
that is true. Just porn in school. That is the life of every teenager.
Big teenage energy.
They didn't even consider that. Speaking about teenagers, though, BlizzCon happened.
Yes, BlizzCon online happened and it was definitely an experience. I was actually really stoked because a lot of my friends that cosplay, a lot of their cosplays ended up being like kind of, featured in like the scene swaps and stuff. And so, yeah, it was good. I was like, oh, there's my friend. Like, I love her kind of thing. So, as for BlizzCon online, I don't give a fucking shit about WoW. I don't give a McFucking one shit. I don't have like the fucks that I give, there are zero when it comes to fucking World of Warcraft.
Wait, hold on. Let's backtrack a second because I didn't watch any of it. I didn't catch any whiff that it even existed,
hmm
or anything like that. What did they show? Do you know? Like, what did they announce? What did they kind of like reveal? Um, fill me and the audience in a little bit.
Sure. So I didn't watch all of it. I literally only paid attention to the shit that I give a fuck about, and that's Diablo and Overwatch 2. I watched a little bit of Overwatch 2.
Do we have a Diablo 4 release date?
We do not have a Diablo release date, but they did reveal a new class,
All right.
and they put a cinematic, and the cinematic was fucking sick.
Which class?
Rogue.
Is it like the Diablo 3 Rogue?
No, it's more
Or
like
did we not get any gameplay?
no. You did get gameplay, so I wouldn't say it's like Diablo. Diablo 3 didn't
Is
have.
it like the D2 assassin?
It plays more like the D2 assassin.
Okay.
Yeah, she plays.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, she plays more like the D2 assassin. It looks really good. The cinematic was sick. It had a lot of like the whole thing of the cinematic was like cutting off people's ears.
I mean, it might be a callback to D2, right? Where if you won in PvP, you dropped an ear and then you
Yes.
took it and you put it in your stash forever.
Yes. So it's basically like that. So it's like so the cinematics, I'm just gonna describe it. So if you want to go and check this out on your own, you should go and check out YouTube and watch this video on your own. But basically I'm gonna walk you through the cinematics so that you have like a feel for it. So dude's in church, he's praying. He's about to do like a confession for this old woman behind him. Then the old woman gets up and walks out, and then the rogue comes and sits down. And then she's like, yeah, I'm here to like confess because I'm like a goddamn murderer. And then she starts putting an ear like on the pew kind of thing. And then he doesn't say anything, and then she just basically goes on about how like she was like did this and did that, and then just more ears. She just starts putting more ears up, basically like putting her quarter up to like get ready to fucking play the next round of Street Fighter, but their ears. So homie just keeps putting the ears up, and then the guy basically goes like, okay, well, I have a name for you. And then she's like, all right, well, tell me like my next target. And then he tells her the name, and then they show a bunch of gameplay. And then at the end you see him, and he collects all the ears and he's hanging them up in like some fucked up shrine inside the fucking church. And so I'm just like, yeah, this is fucked up. I love it. So I'm super stoked, super stoked for Diablo 4. It looks so fucking good. Between that opening cinematic that they released like last BlizzCon to like, seeing some the rogue being added, like I'm big nut for Diablo 4. I'm nut everlasting.
I am kind of half chub. So my concern is like I love Diablo. I didn't really play Diablo 2 as a kid. I didn't have really that good internet and I couldn't get into it, and all my copies just kept breaking. Like I had to buy the game 3 times. So I just really couldn't get too into it. Like it didn't catch me. I played D3 a lot, like a couple hundred hours, I would say. And I'm definitely looking forward to Diablo 4, but it's not coming out this year, maybe end of next year. And it's like at that point, PoE 2 will be, you know what I mean? Like PoE Path of Exile is already great. And PoE 2 is for sure going to be out before Diablo 4 comes. So it's kind of like, I feel like they might miss their window. I'll still play it because it's still Diablo, but it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Like it's taking too long is I guess my main my main reason why I'm only like half chub and not like super excited.
No. I mean, I get it. It is taking a while, and they did announce that they're doing like a remaster of Diablo 2. So it's just like, okay, cool, but like you could have been using those resources into just making Diablo 4 faster. But because it's like I didn't need a remaster of 2. I mean, 2 is great. I've spent a lot of my I guess like high school years, my pivotal high school years playing 2. 2 was a good time. Had a nice time with 2. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I didn't need a remaster. Am I still stoked to have one? Cool, but would I have preferred to have Diablo 4 faster than that? Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's also uh WoW Classic was such a success. So gotta milk that cash cow. Like, do you know like Diablo 2 remaster is gonna sell an absurd amount of copies. It's oof. You know what I mean? I'll probably get it depending on when it comes out. Have they announced when that's coming out, or is it just also question marks?
Let me double check.
Because it also might be along the lines of thinking other than the obvious money angle that they're just going to release D2 to kind of tide people over until D4, where people just get into D2 a lot and get excited for it, and then once that interest starts wearing off a little bit, like surprise, bitch, here's Diablo 4 kind of situation. So it might also just be like a marketing thing because I don't think remastering D2 I mean, I don't know how much they remaster it in the terms of balancing and items and skills and all of that, or if it's just more so a facelift.
It's more of a facelift. Confirmed.
Yeah, but then that wouldn't really take too much resources or manpower or money. Um, so it's a really good return on investment kind of situation, right? Because they're gonna make millions off of that.
For sure, because a lot of people will buy it because they loved D2. I will say that they will have like a way to toggle back to the old school graphics like seamlessly, which is pretty cool. Will I use it? Probably not. I mean, the reason why I'm paying another goddamn $40 is be able to experience it nicer. So, and that's the thing is like one thing that's nice about Blizzard is that they don't uh like they're not going to make you pay $60 for a fucking game that's a remaster. Like it's priced at $39.99, which I think is fair. Other than allegedly from another creator that still prices their remastered games that aren't really that remastered for a full retail price. So beep boop.
It depends. Is $40 fair for Diablo 2 remaster? Depends on who you ask, because that's $20 per game, right? $20 for the base game, $20 for the expansion. But I think it's more so a case of Blizzard knows they can't price it at 60, and not because they don't want to or because they're doing us a favor, right? It's just Blizzard is not the same company, as when we were teenagers. It's not like the Blizzard quality seal of approval anymore. They've had a lot of flops and just a lot of very yikes moments, such as like nobody talks about the Diablo phone game anymore. Like I think they scrapped it immediately after after that,
What, you guys don't have phones?
right? After that kind of backlash. Yeah, so it's kind of like they've definitely made a lot of questionable decisions, and not all their games are quality anymore,
I mean, look at what happened with
and that's fine. Yeah,
the Warcraft remaster,
I mean, I heard amazing things about this
the
expansion.
remaster.
Oh, the remaster, yeah, the Warcraft 3, yeah, is also a flop. So
Big flop.
yeah, so I think it's just they know that they cannot squeeze out more than $40, and I think a lot more people will pay 40, and just 60 might just be out of their reach, no matter how big of a fan you are, right? Like in the same way, for me, this is coming from a very very poor person. I very often have to weigh my decision. Like I want to get this game, but it's only going to be, it's only this many hours, or it's a great game, but not for that price, right? Like I would get it if it was 20, but it's 40, so I can really can't afford it, so it's not worth it. You know what I mean? In that kind of sense.
Yeah. No, I see what you mean, but at the same time, it's just like that's why you have your glucose guardian, aka me.
Yeah, but also I try to avoid that because I feel bad. Like on stream, oh my god, this also happened. So while I was playing Near, obviously, because Near Replicant is coming, the remake is coming out, yeah, the remaster remake, like in March, I think. And I told them like, yeah, I'm gonna play it eventually because everybody's gonna play it when it comes out, and I have Monster Hunter, and so I'll probably play it in a couple months, right? And then we were kind of discussing like I'll probably get it through less desirable means
Mhm.
because it's an offline story game, right? Like I'm sorry, but I do not just have $60 laying around,
Mhm.
willy nilly kind of situation. And chat was like trying to band together to like either get me the money to get the game, or specifically to not name a name because I don't want to like dox too much about them. That they were like, maybe I can get you a copy. I'm like, bro, like y'all need to chill. Like it's fine. I'll just get it differently. Like it's okay. I appreciate it. I love you all, but I don't know. I don't always feel great about getting it. Like basically, I think it's okay if it's like a cheap game,
Mhm.
especially if it's with the intent in your case specifically, where we play it together, right? Like I'll get you this game so we can play it together. Like yeah, cool, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's literally my plan. It's like I'll probably buy you the game so that we can play together and you will accept it because you love me.
Yeah, but if it's like games that we don't get to play together, if it's just like willy nilly, here's a game, I like, I don't know how to accept gratitude. Like I don't know how to deal with this.
Yeah. Well,
This is an unfamiliar emotion to me.
honestly, human kindness is hard to digest regardless. So, I definitely get that. Like, I definitely had that feeling because, if you remember, I was crowd funding, through my stream, my new PC. And I met my donation goal like last night on stream, and I like couldn't handle human kindness because I was like, wow, I can't believe I actually like met my goal. I didn't honestly expect it to happen. I was just hoping that, I would get like a little bit of something to put down towards it. But the fact that I actually like met my goal, like I was kind of like fucking shook, and I had the surge of emotions, and I was just like, am I going to cry? But then I didn't because I'm dead inside. So as quickly as the emotions surged and I felt the overwhelming sense of gratitude, the depression just, seeped right back in. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm if anything, I'm only surprised by how quickly you hit it. Because you've been gone for like from stream for a couple weeks too, right? Because you were sick.
yeah.
So realistically, the goal has been up for like what, a month, if that, right?
Bro, I wouldn't even say a month. I would say like 3 weeks. Not even a month. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like that's the only surprising part. But I'm really glad that you did hit it though, because it just goes to show the community that you're building, right? How supportive everybody is, and they want to see that stuff.
Yeah, it made me like feel really special because I was like, "Oh, y'all actually want me to like play a game that you like, be able to play new games."
I mean, yeah, because at the same time, it's like otherwise they're also stuck with the slideshow, So it's as much for them as it is for you.
That's true, but remember, I fixed the slideshow because I nerfed all my settings into the dirt. So now I just play everything on, you know, the absolute lowest settings possible.
Like fucking 1998 graphics quality. Yeah,
And nothing moves. Like on Raft, the ocean doesn't move anymore.
it's true. That's how water works, right? Um, no, but no, like I think with kindness for me specifically, because I didn't used to have this problem with accepting gifts and stuff like that, because I used to have money. So if you got me a gift, I know sooner or later I'll get you something in return. I'd be of equal value or whatever, right? I'll be able to return the favor, as it were.
Mhm.
Now I'm like, alms for the poor, and I just know there's nothing I can do, at least like in terms of gift giving. Like, like I can't give you anything physical in return, and I think that's why it's so difficult for me to accept games and stuff because I know that if you want a game, I'm like, well, hope you get enough money to buy it for yourself. You know what I mean? It's like I can never be like, fine, I'll just get it for you. You know, that kind of situation. So I think that's why I kind of struggle with accepting gifts because the best I could do is like give my company. You know, when Paul bullied me to go longer on stream because he was like, "Oh, you're only ending after 8 hours or whatever the fuck it was." But it's my birthday and I haven't gotten a gift yet. I'm like, fuck. Now I have to stream longer because I am incapable of giving him a gift. So this is the least I can do kind of situation, you know?
I mean, at the same time, it's just like, I get that. I get that because for me, like when it comes to Christmas, like, crime bus, the bus of crime. When people start like going to try to give me Christmas gifts or like birthday gifts and stuff like that, I always feel bad because with it becomes whenever you give somebody a gift comes, at least for me, the obligation of reciprocation. So then you feel like you need to get them a gift for their birthday. And then it just kind of compounds after another and it like you just you feel like you gotta pay it back, you gotta pay it forward kind of thing, and then it's just like sometimes you're not always in a good space to do that, and
Yeah.
I understand that you feel like, or you are not really feel like, but you are in a space where you can't necessarily do that. And at the same time, it's just like a gift is a gift. And from my seat on the bus, it's like if I give you something, I'm not expecting you to ever give me something back in return. It's a gift.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's so fucking stupid though, because it's like I can tell you that, but if someone gives me a gift, I'm like, fuck, I gotta get them a gift for their fucking birthday, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was exactly about to say that. In the same way, if I give somebody something, I don't ever expect anything in return. It's a
Yeah.
gift. Like, in the same way that I guess little bit of a tangent. A pet peeve of mine is when people ask to get lent money and the other person's like, well, what are you going to use it for? And I'm like, dude, who cares? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Like, the moment I lend you money, which will not happen anytime soon, just so we're clear, is like, whatever you do with that, it's up to you, right? Like, it's none of my business
Mhm.
because at that point it becomes your money, right? And who am I to tell you what to do with that? So, but yeah, I totally agree with you. Like, if I give you a gift, it's a gift. Like, whatever, don't worry about it. If you give me a gift, like, ah, fuck, you know, I can't believe you've done this.
I know. It's the obligation of reciprocation. You're just like, "Oh, well, now, like, if I don't give you a gift, like, on your birthday, I look like a fucking cock." And then, like,
Yeah,
you have to just, like, make it work and stuff, and I don't know. Ideally, like, I like the way that Chris kinda lives, where she's just like, "I just give gifts when I feel like it, and when it's my birthday or when it's this or when it's that or whatever, I don't do shit." Like it's not like a big deal for me. And I don't know. I like that mentality, I suppose. However, I appreciate birthday gifts just because it's
it's rare.
rare because you and I get always we always get shit on.
Mood.
Like so for anybody new joining the podcast, welcome, bitch. Two, I am born really close to Mother's Day. And Milan is born very close to Christmas.
Hmm.
And so because of we're born near those holidays, we always get the shaft. Like when it comes to birthday stuff, because everybody's either too busy too busy because they're gone for Christmas and they're visiting relatives, or they just don't have the money because they just like spent money on Christmas and stuff like that, or they do the thing where like this is your combined birthday and Christmas gift, like for
Oh, that doesn't even happen to me.
I mean, I know that happens. That happens to Grimora because Grimora's birthday is on January 2nd. But it's because of that, I tried to give her like a separate gift for both.
Yeah,
But if not, then I'll do a really big gift that like justifies it covering both kind of thing.
yeah,
And so I try to be mindful of that. And I try to be mindful of that when it comes to your birthday too. Like I'll give you a Christmas gift, but then I'll also give you a birthday gift because to me they're different.
yeah,
And or if I give you something really big, then it's something to like justify the expense of both kind of thing.
exactly.
But it's like for me, because I'm born so close to Mother's Day, I never get what I want. I don't even get to go to the restaurant I want to fucking eat at for my fucking birthday because it's Mother's Day, and so my mom gets to pick. And so I've spent like my whole life getting basically like dick on my birthday. So now my birthday has like no sentimental value to me. And I'm just like, if anything, I kind of look at my birthday with like a little bit of remorse and hatred because one, I'm getting older and aging sucks. And two, I'm not going to get to do whatever the fuck I want anyways. So typically what I do is I have like my birthday like 2 weeks prior and I just get fucked up at a Ren fair. And that's like what I want to do for my birthday. That's the only thing that I hold sacred is that me getting my time being fucked up at a Ren fair. That's the only thing I hold sacred when it comes to my fucking birthday. Other than that, I've made my peace that my birthday just doesn't exist. So, because I have that feeling towards my birthday, I feel that I don't want other people to feel that way about their birthdays. And so I try to do it up for their birthdays because I want them to feel special and not be disillusioned and jaded and old, crusty, and mean like me.
For that last part, I'm actually a little bit the opposite because just like you, my birthday doesn't matter to me. I would say growing up and like for example, my dad, he never knew my birthday. He didn't even know how old I was. So it's kind of like if that doesn't kind of enforce what people think about my birthday, if Kelly's context wasn't enough, there's some more. Typically people would forget just entirely, like until maybe Facebook reminded them kind of situation. Like just only a couple people that would always remember. Like three. Like my mom, Kelly, and Paul. That's it. Everybody else just kind of forgot unless they got reminded. So I never cared about it because it never got celebrated. So now, as an adult who's over 30, if I see other people like throw kind of like a little shit fit about not being able to celebrate their birthday, because that was the thing, because of COVID, it's pretty common for people to be upset. I'm just sitting here like, you're an adult, get over it. Like I never get to celebrate my birthday. Fucking deal with it, move on. Like who cares?
Dead ass.
So I'm very cynical
Yeah,
when it comes to that.
I get it. I'm the exact same way. Like, if people start showing like a big fucking shit fit, or if they're being like a drama queen on their birthday, like I will just be like, well, you don't have to be a fucking cunt. Like, I'm not. When I don't get my way every fucking year for my entire life.
Yeah. Exactly right. So it's kind of like,
So yeah, no, I definitely throw shade too.
so as far as that goes, I definitely don't think that I want to make it special or make them feel special. It's like, I don't know. To me, it's just kind of another day. Like it's nice. Like I will admit, if people do remember, or if I do get something, I feel warm and tingly inside. I'm very appreciative. And like when you guys got me the fucking capture card as a surprise, I almost cried. I had to hold back the tears kind of situation on stream. So because that shit is rare, right? Like I don't get gifts and presents, and then to kind of be surprised like that is great. And the same way, if I get like a Christmas card, I will probably keep it for like the next decade because I don't get those, right? But it doesn't bother me, right? Like I'm used to not getting anything, so it's like it's fine if people don't even remember my birthday. Like I'm used to it, right?
Oh,
Which sounds sad, I guess, but I don't care.
it does, but at the same time, we vibing. Like I'm the exact same way because it's like mine's like right around Mother's Day. Everyone is always so busy, because they've they're going to go spend time with their mom. So it's like I'm just like have mostly given up on having like a birthday experience. I get the only thing I hold sacred is just like I go to the Ren Fair and I get fucked up on meat, and that's the only thing that I want to do for my fucking birthday every year, kind of thing.
You know what you need to do?
I drive myself. I buy my own drinks. I have a nice time.
You should move to Serbia.
Yeah,
They don't have Mother's Day.
there you go. Beep beep. I can finally have my birthday.
Yeah, like they don't have Mother's or Father's Day. They only like celebrate like International Women's Day, like what, March 8th, March 10th, whatever it is exactly.
Huh. Interesting.
That's the only one, but no Mother's Day, no Father's Day. So it's like there you go.
And if I moved to Serbia, I could get down on that fucking dank ass bread you keep talking about.
Hell yeah. I mean, and the booze. So your birthday would be lit.
Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. So it's just like I don't know. For me, like there's nothing sacred about birthdays. But at the same time, it's like I try to be I know that a lot of people don't have that mentality. So I try to like not be callous towards other people's birthdays. I try to like if they try to
Oh yeah.
but at the same time, I'm like you, like emotionally dead inside when it comes to my birthday anyways.
Yeah. And in the same way that like even for my birthday, because I did a thing on stream,
Yeah.
right? Like a long stream and let's play Among Us. Like I tried to make that thing because I know other people care about those sorts of events,
Yeah.
and I just want to make other people happy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, what would you have done otherwise? Probably just sat around, mouth breathed, and played the video game by yourself.
Yeah, if that, right?
Or with me, because I would have been like, "Hey, let's play something for your birthday," and we probably would have played something together.
Exactly.
Just like when my birthday comes around, you're usually like, "Let's play something together," and then I spend my birthday just playing video games with you
Yeah,
quietly at home.
it's good shit.
Two two local sad boys hold nothing sacred when it comes to birthdays.
I mean, it's just how we grew up, right? Like if we grew up differently, I'm sure, but that's just kind of how it's always been. Like I can even really pinpoint the tipping point for me, but that's a sad story. So it's not a good story. Like it's not entertaining. So I'll leave it off the podcast. Instead, let's talk about some other shit like the fucking Nintendo Direct. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched you watch it on your stream.
Oh yeah, I mean I did, but I don't remember you being there. So
No, I commented. Remember, I was really hyped about detective stories.
I do not remember.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well,
Oh right, yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah. So
local man with peanut memory like tries to call me out on if I was there in stream.
that's a that's a good example to what I mentioned earlier. Those games, they're like I think it's $40 for one of them, but if you buy the other one, you get a discount. So they total to 60.
Yeah.
It's like I was interested in those games, but not for 60.
See, I would pay 60 for those, but I also have more disposable income than you do, so that's totally understandable.
Exactly. So it's like I just wish there were 20 each, but for 60, I don't think I can justify getting it for stream, right? That's kind of the situation where I'm at. But yeah, tangent aside, was there anything else you were excited for?
Um, I mean, not really. The rest of the Nintendo Direct, I was sleep. I was dead ass fucking sleep, dude. I did not care about anything else that was shown, unfortunately.
The only thing I cared about is the Legend of Mana remake.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. No, okay, that does look hype. That looks really good. Yeah.
That is very hype. I have an open. I'm not excited about it yet, but think it's gonna be good. The fucking Iron Salt triangle strategy war game.
You're right. No, shit. Okay, I think my memory just blanked. That looks fucking good. And then Solstice actually ended up playing it on his stream. He played the demo on the stream, and it looks really good. But to be honest, the voice acting is cringe.
I mean, it'll have JP voice acting because it's by the same people who did. God, I always forget the name of that RPG where you have like where you recruit like 8 people. Um, Octopath Traveler.
Yeah, Octopath. Yeah, but it looks so good, and it looks like super dynamic.
Yeah,
And if you don't know anything about me, like I am the biggest Fire Emblem fucking cum guzzler in the entire universe. So, and it looks and feels a lot like a Fire Emblem, and so I'm like low key jizzing my pants. But man, you know that the part where you popped off on the Nintendo Direct, where you're just like, why would you sample that clip for voice acting? It's because that's how the game is, dude.
ah,
The English voice acting.
no, no. I mean specifically like not how it was said, but it was literally just a scream. It's like you could have picked literally anything else for a trailer
But
because
it wasn't a good scream either. It was like a "Whoa," like it was like a hail
yeah,
scream.
it's very weird.
It was a bad scream.
But I said on stream, I'm not excited about that game yet because it's not coming out this year, maybe next year. And that's still too far for me to be like, oh, I'm super hype about this. But I expect it to be good. And I guess the last thing I'm like I guess I should be excited about it, but I don't know yet is the Zelda Skyward Sword remake. But it really depends on the motion controls. I hate motion controls with a passion. I didn't finish Skyward Sword on the Wii or Wii U, I forget, because the motion controls didn't work half the time, and just got frustrated by the combat. So I was kind of hoping they were gonna do a regular ass control scheme, and then they did the weird thing that they used to do on like the N64 and then like Smash, where if you press a certain direction on your analog stick, that's the direction you swing in, and that I like that even less.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. Truth be told, I'm in the exact same boat as Milan. I did not beat Skyward Sword because I hated the motion controls. I also didn't own a Wii, so I went to somebody's house to like play it, or I borrowed their Wii. I can't remember what the story was with that, but either way, I never finished Skyward Sword because I fucking hate the motion controls. I'm not a big fan of motion controls, truth be told, on literally any game. I think the one game where I liked motion controls specifically, like with the Wii, was when I played Silent Hill, like Shattered Memories, which is a very obscure reference, but yeah.
The only motion controls I like is VR. That's it. They're good in VR, you know. But no, motion controls suck, and they are a lot better now with Switch, right? Because you don't have to have like the little stupid sensor bar and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't really ever get angry or mad in video games. Not anymore. Like Ninja Gaiden broke me. But the one thing that does still get me aggravated is if a game doesn't register button inputs, or if I press a button and it does something else,
Mhm,
and I die as a result. That aggravates me because it's not my mistake, right?
mhm.
And that's what happened in Skyward Sword a lot. Like I would swing from left to right, and they're like, "Did you mean from up to down?" Like, no, motherfucker. Like, or did you mean not swing at all? Like,
Yeah,
are you excuse me?
yeah,
And it's just like
not great.
I hated it. So I hope that with the Switch being having better motion controls, that the technology is finally there where it'll be decent enough.
Yeah.
The one thing I do hate is they have the audacity, because we talked about it. We hinted at it earlier. They have the audacity to charge $60 for it.
Yep. It's a $60 remaster, and honestly, it doesn't look that much different than what it did on the Wii. I don't even think they fucking changed one goddamn thing. It's running at 30 FPS in my opinion.
So I mean, it's 60. But
Doesn't look 60.
do you know what the biggest audacity is?
Hmm.
Go look up how much Skyward Sword costs right now, like for the Wii. Go look it up.
Okay.
Like not you specifically, but if you're watching this podcast, pause for a second, go look it up. I haven't looked it up since I bought the game when it came out. I think it's like 59.50 right now, because gotta have that 50 cent discount because it's been out for like a decade. Nintendo will never ever discount any video game. Maybe like 50 cents if you're lucky. Like go look up any old Pokemon game. Like go look up Pokemon Diamond for the DS. It's still a full $40. It's insane how Nintendo just keeps getting away with that shit. Like people complain, but people still buy. People still buy everything that Nintendo puts out. It's just baffling how they do that.
I mean, deadass, I bought fucking Mario Kart and it was 59.99, and I don't think Mario Kart is worth 59.99 TBH,
Yeah,
but I bought it.
but it's still 59.99,
Yes,
right? Like it doesn't matter when it came out. Like that's the messed up part.
they never discount. Yeah, they never discount. And if they do, it's like
50 cents.
it's like 50 cents, or it's like maybe $5 at most, and then they say, "Oh, but we'll give you more Nintendo coins." And I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck am I going to do with those? Shove them up my ass? Like, come on."
Yeah, so it's just like it's insane. And then at the same time, for a lot of older games, Wii games, Wii U games, GameCube games, they didn't make enough copies. Like, good luck, for example, getting Fire Emblem Ready and Dawn for the GameCube. Good luck getting it without paying like $800 on eBay, because they only made so many copies, and your best bet is to emulate it. But then Nintendo frowns upon emulation. It's like, motherfucker, if I get it off of eBay, I pay a random dude in fucking Milwaukee $800, you're not getting a cent from that money. So why are you being so harsh on me emulating a game that I can't buy from you, the company who made it, anymore?
Yeah.
It's not for sale in stores. It's not on any digital storefront either. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? And why do you care? Right? It's like, come on, man, get it together, Nintendo.
Yeah, the whole not making enough copies thing, notorious for. Literally notorious. But yeah, basically we're in total alignment on our feelings, specifically on Skyward Sword. I'm just like, cool. And then the fact that they were like, they had They're like, "Hey, I know at this point you want to hear more about what we're doing with Zelda, but we don't have any new information for you. Sorry, LOL. Let's move on." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, basically, like at that point, like a chat was getting hype because like, oh, Zelda, creator of Zelda, and then everyone's like, Pog, like, oh, and then they don't have any new info, and then everyone was like, what the fuck? And then they were like, but wait, and then everyone started pogging again. So it's
Yeah.
like
They're like,
a roller coaster ride of emotions.
yeah, and then it was like, "No, wait, but here's a remaster of a game that you didn't care for." And I'm like, oh, "Okay."
I mean, a lot of people do care for Skyward Sword, and like I said, like if it didn't have motion controls, it would have probably been one of my favorites because it's a great game. But the motion controls just ruined it for me. So I hope that this time I'll be able to properly enjoy it, and then who knows? Maybe one day we'll get Majora's Mask remade. You know, maybe, maybe at the 20-year anniversary, right? Haha.
Hee hee.
um, Let me know or let us know in the comments what your favorite Zelda game is, and also what you thought of Skyward Sword in general. Like if you beat it, if not, why not? And if you're planning to get it again.
I mean, technically, Majora's Mask did get a remake for the 3DS.
Yeah, but that's not that's not what I'm looking for.
I'm just saying.
Give me a proper remake. You know what I mean?
Hot take. Give me more. Give me another. Give me Wind Waker, man.
I mean, we got Wind Waker, but give me a port
Yeah,
like the Wind Waker Wii U,
yeah.
the HD one. But at the very
To
least,
Switch.
to the Switch, yeah. I love Wind Waker. Wind
Give
Waker
me Wind Waker.
is until Breath of the Wild, Wind Waker was by far my favorite Zelda game. I think I beat it like close to 10 times. I considered learning how to speedrun that game because I just enjoy it so much.
Mhm.
It's great. Love it. The art style, the humor, everything about it, great.
Yep, same. I also agree. Wind Waker was one of the bests for me. It's probably still my favorite Zelda, TBH.
Did you play Breath of the Wild? You didn't, right?
I have it, and then like I started playing it, but like I lost interest, TBH, and I know that's bad.
I mean, that's fair. Like it's not a game for everybody, but yeah, like I love Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it was just very open worldy, and I was just like, I don't have the mental capacity to keep playing this game right now, and then I didn't.
Yeah. For me it was the exact opposite. So for the people who don't know, I have depression and it used to be a lot worse. And when Zelda came out, a friend bought me a Switch with Zelda, kind of like maybe this will help. And I think I put in like 100 hours in like the first week or something. I played Breath of the Wild pretty much all day. I don't know if you remember, but I was hella into it and it was a good time. So, and if I felt that way in the middle of like depression, you know what I mean? It's like that's a good game, you know?
It was a good game. I don't know, at least from what I hear.
Yeah, like I said, like I understand this, that it's not for everybody. In the same way, a lot of like Wind Waker is very divisive. A lot of people just don't like it. They just don't like the art style, for example, and they just refuse to play it.
I loved Toon Link, and I played all of the fucking Zeldas that came out for the 3DS that were in that art style, like Phantom Hourglass,
I tried.
Spirit Tracks.
I tried. I couldn't get into Phantom Hourglass. When they told me to close the fucking DS for a puzzle, I closed it and never opened it again. Like fuck off.
See, I liked that. I thought that was so cute, but like I
Okay,
don't know. I love okay. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. A lot of people don't agree with me, and that's fine. But I love Phantom Hourglass and I love Spirit Tracks. I thought they were super cute.
yeah, I mean I will agree closing your DS is clever, but blowing into the microphone. I don't know if it was my DS specifically, but my DS microphone, a Pokemon game had like the same thing. Doesn't really register me blowing into it. So it was just like an exhausting thing to like attempt for 5 minutes. And I think there was a Zelda puzzle
Mhm.
where you had to do the blowing and it was on a timer and I just couldn't get it because like it wouldn't register me blowing. And it's like I feel like a fucking idiot blowing into my console like it's fucking 1995 and I'm trying to get this NES game to work. Like can we just stop?
Bro, you just need like a hair dryer.
So I just gave up early.
You just like, take a hair dryer, put it on cold, and then just blast it. Got him.
Maybe that will work, right?
Got him. Uh,
But yeah, but in general, like Wind Waker is very divisive. And I think it didn't even sell that well. Like I think that's why they tried to go towards the DS route, right? Because a lot more DS users than GameCube and Wii users.
I mean, yeah, I think so. At the same time, I love Phantom Hourglass. I loved fucking Spirit Tracks. I liked the puzzles. I liked that they were cute. They had like a physicality towards them, like closing your DS, blowing into it, and like doing that kind of stuff. I thought it was a cute touch. I know it's not for everybody. That's fine. I will, because I know apparently I have a big shit take regardless because I never finished Breath of the Wild and I wasn't that big of a fan. And I'm sure a lot of people will flame me anyways for this, and that's fine. So I know people probably think that my taste in Zeldas are shitty, and that's fine. You're welcome to feel that way about me. It doesn't I will still sleep at night.
I mean, in your defense, you currently don't have a sense of taste because of COVID, so it's understandable.
This is true. I would say my sense of taste is probably like I want to say like 50% back. Like sometimes I can taste and sometimes I can't, but it's basically a crapshoot at this moment. But yeah,
So people have to understand, like that. You're not liking Zelda is probably because of that.
yep. I just have bad taste.
But it's okay. Like in general, like you can't. At the very least, with every console generation, they try to innovate Zelda in some way, right? So some of them are just going to be hit or miss. Like Wind Waker, the innovation was the ocean.
Mhm.
Like that was a new one that the world was mostly empty and that you got to sail around and stuff like that. And Breath of the Wild is just an open world. You can climb anything, says Todd Howard. See that mountain? You can climb it, but it's actually true this time. And if you're not into that kind of stuff, then it doesn't matter that it's a Zelda game. Because I would argue the dungeons are one of the weaker aspects of Breath of the Wild in comparison to like just fucking around in the open world. And it's like, and if you don't like that, then it's like, well, let's play something else.
Yeah. For me, I don't think it was the open world that made me dislike it, but I think it was the open world that overwhelmed me.
Mm,
And then I was like, I don't think I have the time to play this game because it's too vast. And then I switched to something else.
that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think just at the time, like it would just overwhelmed me because I was like, there's too many options, and I have depression and anxiety, and I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now, and I think I just have to like play something that a little more linear that's just going to be gentle. And so I think I started playing like Harvest Moon or something or Stardew Valley. I started playing Stardew Valley.
I feel. I mean, maybe try and revisit the game at some point.
It's my plan.
I mean, maybe I will even on stream, like because it's like I may have like an extensive game schedule planned for the next couple of months, but after that, it's a big fat question mark. Like, all right, at that point, I feel like I run out of video games,
Yeah.
and what do I do then? You know?
To be fair, I've been watching my friend So Giants, who like comes into chat periodically and like they sometimes come to anime night, but they're actually like an IRL friend of mine. I've been watching So Giants like stream it on Twitch, and that has like helped me comprehend the game a little bit more and feel less anxiety about the open worldiness of it.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, but it's something that I have to like go back to, but I'm like at this point, it's like I'm so busy that I don't think I'll have
Yeah,
it's just too much.
like
If you're a busy person and you look at it, you're just like, this is a lot.
yeah, there's a lot to do. I mean, because it's literally like after the tutorial, there's nothing stopping you from literally running to Ganon. Nothing. And from like a story perspective, I always thought it was hilarious that like Link is in a slumber of like 100 years, and he wakes up in his fucking underwear and just beelines it like towards Ganon's castle, like just naked with like a stick, just yelling, and just beats his ass, right? Like that always makes me laugh. But um, I think for people who maybe have the same mindset as you, because it is overwhelming. They put you in the world. They're like, go do your thing. Is try to like make goals for yourself, right? Like, oh, I want to build this armor set, or I want to go explore this region, or I want to do that. Like, kind of try
Yeah.
to minimize your scope, right? Kind of like try to hone in on a couple things you want to do, and just tackle it in that kind of fashion.
Yeah, but when you're first starting the game, you don't know what your options are to even do. So then you're just like,
Of course, but I guess kind of assume everything and just try and narrow it down.
I'm just saying that game is overwhelming.
Yeah, but like I said, it's an amazing game. So it's like, especially if you already own a Switch and you own the game, if you ever find yourself with more time, I'll definitely try and give it another shot.
I will try to do that. Also, aside, I didn't talk about Overwatch 2.
Who dat? Does Overwatch 2 even matter? Do people still play Overwatch? Come on.
Apparently, yes, but also, yeah, the redesigns, the quote unquote redesigns for Overwatch 2 is like literally everybody got like a little bit more armor and maybe their hair changed slightly. But it was very underwhelming.
I mean, when is it coming out?
I don't actually know. Let
Yeah.
me double check.
So nobody cares, right? Because that's kind of the thing. Like Overwatch 2 needed to come out, I would say, at max 6 months after they announced it. Because they announced it to kind of like quell the anger about the D3 phone release. I feel like, oh shit, like we have to announce it now, even though we don't want to. But to be clear, I played Overwatch a lot. I have a couple hundred hours in that game. I loved it for the time, but at this point, it's not that great of a game, and it's not being as played anymore. And I don't think Overwatch 2 is going to reinvigorate the player base to the point where it matters.
I don't think so either. I think they think it's going to, but it's not. And I think it'll upset them.
Yeah, because it's essentially just like a DLC, right? Just more maps, a game mode or two, a story mode, whatever. But it's kind of like you're not changing the game fundamentally. So I might check it out depending on the price point, but I'm not gonna get sucked into it. I'm not gonna put in another couple hundred hours, right? I'm just gonna maybe have some fun with friends and be like, all right, cool, neat, that was worth $20, and then move on. And I think a lot of people are gonna be like that.
I'm definitely in the exact same boat.
Yeah. So I think they missed their window, um, at this point in time. Like those types of games. I mean, they're still being played. Just look at Apex Legends and Fortnite, but Overwatch cannot compete. And Overwatch is like a team shooter, right? Like a team skill character shooter, and not like battle royale. So people kind of moved on to battle royale games, right? Like Apex and Fortnite and all that, and they don't really care about Overwatch anymore.
Yeah, and I mean, it's probably not going to do anything for the community. The community is still going to be fucking toxic as fuck. So, meow.
Yeah, and it's like if you're still playing it, cool, you get some new shit. But I think for the most part, it'll maybe inject the player base a little bit when people come back. Um, but long term, I don't think it's going to do that much. And I mean that's okay.
Yeah, I think it'll never be as big as what it was, and with like Overwatch League and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, an Overwatch League, just to be clear, was a huge flop. Like it's making money, but the intent they had behind it and how much money was supposed to make and all that, like it was supposed to be the next big esports thing that people watch on their televisions at home. Was supposed to bridge that gap between the normies and us gamers. It it definitely failed. It's not. Like they had plans or hopes to have it be like as popular as like the NBA and stuff like that. It's like, and it failed in that regard. And obviously it was going to, right?
Yeah, I mean, the normies are never going to give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the main reason it failed is because Overwatch is a clusterfuck to spectate. Even if you know and play the game, like I was super into it when it launched, and I tried to watch a couple matches, and it was just a clusterfuck. So how do you expect somebody who doesn't know the game to follow anything what's going on, right? It's just, I don't know. It's very weird that they decided to go that route, but they did, and rip.
Yep. I mean, they built like that whole ass fucking new arena for it and everything, and beep boop.
Yeah. So to relate to the Zelda question, let us know if you still play Overwatch. Are you excited about Overwatch 2? Are you only going to buy it if it's at a certain price point? Or just let us know your thoughts and feelings about Overwatch in general, I suppose.
Yeah, because Milan and I used to play Overwatch together, and I was, I would know, I would say I was a pretty decent Mercy. I played her because she was hot. 110%. And then if I didn't play her, I played Reaper. But yeah, we used to play it a lot together, and it was a good time. But like, yeah, I think like the hype has kind of sailed, and I don't know. I sleep, and the redesigns of the characters are like so minuscule that you can't even really tell. they added a lot of more PvE stuff, you know, where with like but for me it's like the storyline, it's like, oh no, there's another Omnic attack.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, you couldn't have come up with something better, like
But it's also like I don't care about the redesigns because when I pick the character I like, it's in first person. I can't see my redesign. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like unless you're maybe like adding a third skill to everybody or redesigning the skills, stuff like that, then that might be exciting. But it's like for it doesn't matter if the person I'm shooting has like an extra shoulder pad. Like I don't give a fuck.
yep, I'm never gonna fucking see it. Or I will see it on the other person, but I'll never get to see it on the character I actually like. So
Exactly.
beep boop.
But yeah, it's weird. Just let us know.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about Overwatch and who you played. And if it's Hanzo, fuck you.
I mean, Hanzo. Everybody wanted to be a Hanzo main because like it feels good to headshot with a bow, right? But I don't know if it's like the Serbian in me or what. But I, no pun intended, gravitated towards Zarya very, very quickly, and I just never let go. you know, Local man plays strong woman, and it's supposed to be tank, but just is top DPS every game because beam melts everybody.
That's literally what would happen. I would just like pocket heal, pocket boost Milan, and then he would just have full fucking beam strength and he would just out DPS the DPS. It was good times.
I think she got heavily nerfed like
Yeah, she did.
towards the end when I was tapering off and after that because they were like, wait a minute, we made this beam a little bit too powerful. Let's kind of nerf for energy gain. I think that was the nerf, but good shit. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know below. But at this point, I think we're gonna take the pod in for a landing, just like NASA on Mars right now, bitch.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, thank you everybody for coming to the 24th iteration of the Nifty Cauldron contrast.
Nifty Pauldron.
Nifty Cauldron. Oh my god, Nifty Cauldron. Okay, Nifty Cauldron podcast. We appreciate you being here. Since you're chilling on YouTube, why don't you go ahead and give that nice subscribe so we can get that sweet vanity URL for the 100 subscribers? We would appreciate that. Give us a like, give us even a thumbs down. The algorithm doesn't give a fuck as long as it's being interacted with. But yeah, and don't forget to comment. Leave us a comment below on who you played in Overwatch. Which was your favorite Zelda, and what was the other thing we asked them to leave a comment below on?
Nothing specifically, but with the expectation that they're gonna bully you for not liking Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it's not like I don't like the game. I just never played it.
Yeah, you did.
Like I never finished. I played it for literally, I think like 5 hours, and that's it.
Yeah, but
So I don't have an opinion on Breath of the Wild because I didn't finish playing it because it gave me anxiety. There was too many goddamn choices.
look, I'm not judging you, but like you're the one that said it like that. So
Oh yeah. Well,
but we didn't ask for anything else.
all right, good. All right, so if you want to flame me, I understand. At the same time, I have anxiety, and you wouldn't bully a person with a mental illness, would you?
Yeah, I would. I do it. I do it all the time on the podcast. What do you mean?
All right, well, fuck you. This is one of your esteemed co-hosts signing off. My name's Kelly Bitch, and this is my other esteemed co-host.
Milan, also signing off.
So, have a great night.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Suck a dick for fun.
Bye.